Open enrollment time is here, and we're going to talk about FSA versus HSA. Which one is better? Some companies offer both, some companies only offer one. So we're going to go over all of the details of HSA, FSAs, what they all mean, what they all entail, so that you can make the best decision for you and your family and save the most or invest the most money. Stay tuned. Hey friends, welcome to Freedom in a Budget. My name is Kelly and my channel is all about living life well on a budget, and I share how I went from living paycheck to paycheck to now winning with money and all the tips and good habits that I learned along the way. So today we're going to talk about HSA, FSA, what they mean, what they all entail. It is a interesting topic. So many people don't want to do the research on them, so I have done all the research for you. So we're going to talk about both. I personally wish that my company had an HSA. I would love an HSA, but they don't. They only offer FSA. So I put off and didn't do an FSA for years because I wasn't educated and because I just didn't want to do the research, and I really didn't understand what it meant. And then after I did the research, I was like, holy crap, yeah, an FSA would have been nicer to have, but I can still have some great tax advantages with an FSA. So we're going to break them down. So first we're going to talk about FSA because that's what I have, and then we'll talk about HSA. So first, let's talk about how much money you can use in your FSA. Let's talk about the limits. In 2020, it's actually going up to $2,750. Last year, it was actually only $2,700. So you get $50 extra this year, and that is taken pre-tax, which is amazing. So this is a great way to lower your taxable income, and it is something that is taken right out of your paycheck, and you can actually use it right away. So let's run some numbers here. If you take out the full amount, the $2,750, and divide that by 26 weeks, 26 paychecks, so about $105 is going to be taken out every single paycheck for you and put into your FSA account. Now, one really cool thing about this is you can use it, the full amount, right away. So say your first week, your first paycheck of 2020, you get $105 taken out. But say I'm pregnant, not yet. But say you're pregnant and your baby is about to be delivered in February, you can use the full amount right away, even though you've only invested $105 into it. So that's really cool advantage of being able to use that money right up front. There's a bunch of different things that you can use your FSA for. So you can use it for medical exams, you can use it for surgery, you can use it for LASIK, you can use it for braces, dental. You can also use it for a ton of things at the pharmacy, whether it be sunscreen, Band-Aids, birth control, medications, all different things that you can use your FSA for that. Now, one thing about FSA is you have to use it within that calendar year or you lose it. It's a use it or lose it type of situation, which kind of sucks, but just make sure that you are using it throughout the whole year, and that if there is any leftover money at the end, then you are stocking up on those, items at the drugstore or whatever they may be. My company has a website that you can go to and shop those items and use it to your discretion that way, but you do have to make sure that you are going to be using that. So what I do is, in this year what I did is I went through my past account and looked at all the different medical expenses that I would be using. How much did I spend on doctor's visits? How much did I spend on co-pays? How much did I spend on all these different things? And to see how much our family needs. Now, personally, our family doesn't need the whole $2,700 because we just don't spend that much. It is something that you need about $500, but not the full $2,700. If it was an FSA, we would be maxing out because there's other tax advantages, other investing opportunities that we'll get into in a little bit. But for just the FSA, we only need about $500, and I don't want to be putting in $2,000 and then end up spending the rest on just stuff that's going to go in my linen closet, in my first aid kit. So that's just me personally. And the way that you use the FSA is a lot of times they will give you a debit card. And what you can do is when you go to the doctor's office, you swipe the debit card. When you go to CVS or Walgreens, whatever it is, as long as it's one of those approved purchases, you swipe the debit card and it is automatically taken out. Now, sometimes it doesn't work the way that it should, and you have to send in your receipt for reimbursement. This is a huge complaint. A lot of people really find this just to be annoying. They don't want to deal with the hassle. It's not worth it to them. I understand that. I understand it's a hassle. I understand it's something that is just annoying, but I personally would rather get the tax advantages and deal with a little bit of an inconvenience than not get the tax advantages. To me, tax advantages are better than a little bit of a disadvantage and an inconvenience. So 2 last things about FSA before we jump into HSA is the FSA, which is awesome, can be used with any type of health plan, unlike the HSA. We're going to get into the HSA and the restrictions in a little bit, but the HSA only has certain health plans that you can do it with. The FSA can be done with pretty much any health plan, which is awesome. And then both with the HSA and the FSA, just a different way to think about it is, say you have $1,000 medical bill. You were in the hospital, ambulance, whatever it was $1,000. Now, if you did not use your FSA or HSA, you would be paying that $1,000. Really, honestly, you would be paying more, like $1,250, because of you're paying post-tax dollars. You're paying it taxes out of your paycheck, plus then you're paying on top of that. So it's really like $1,250. Now, as you think about like an FSA, you're really paying like $750 because you're paying those post-tax dollars. So that is a really great different mindset change of the post-tax with the pre-tax and all of that and the different tax advantages, and just lowering that income bracket. Anything that we can do to lower that bracket, that is going to save you money in the long run when it comes tax time. All right, now let's talk about the HSA. I so wish that my company had an HSA. That would be amazing. So with the HSA, there's a couple different differences. On the HSA, it has to be a high deductible plan. Has to be high deductible for you to take advantage of it, and your company has to offer a high deductible plan. Now, this may not be good for you for someone that is always sick. If you're always in the hospital, if you're always, have a critical illness, something like that, where you're going to be maxing that out, that may not be the best option for you. Another thing is you have to be under the age of 65. The HSA maxes out at age 65. Now, for our young folks, you cannot be a dependent on someone else's taxes. So if you are, just out of college or high school or whatever it is, you cannot be claimed on your parents' tax return or something like that. So you have to be your own dependent, and you cannot be over 65 to participate in an HSA. Okay, here we're going to get into how the HSA separates themselves, stands out from the crowd on the FSA, why they're so amazing, and you can use the HSA as a savings account. You don't have to use it or lose it. You can roll it over, and you can even invest it into a brokerage account, which is amazing. That is so cool that you are able to have that compound interest and use your HSA for years and years and years, which is just so awesome. And I am so jealous that we do not have an HSA. Okay, so next question is, how much can you contribute to an HSA per year? So if you are single, you can contribute up to $3,500. If you are married, you can contribute up to $7,000 combined. If you are in between the ages of 55 and 65, you can contribute an extra $1,000 to whatever category you fall into, but that only goes up to age 65, and then after age 65, you do not qualify for an HSA anymore. Now we're going to talk about the triple tax advantage, the investing unicorn. I was actually introduced to this from Brad from the Fin Mindset, which when he explained this, it blew my mind. I could not believe it. All right, so let's break it down. Triple tax advantage. Okay, so number one, your money goes into your HSA tax-free. So what that does is it lowers your tax bracket. That's number one. Number two is it grows and compounds like a Roth IRA, and just grows and grows and grows. It makes you more and more money like a Roth IRA with compound interest. And number three, when you use it, money comes out tax-free. So it goes in tax-free, you use it, compound grows, and then it comes out tax-free. Triple threat, unicorn investing. It's amazing. I don't know why I'm calling it unicorn investing, but that is what it is in my head. It's just amazing. It's unicorn. So cool. So that is the HSA versus FSA. Tongue twister for me, but I am loving them, and I hope that this just kind of breaks it down for you, explains how they are. If for your open enrollment, I hope that this is helpful. Leave me any questions that you have down below. I would love to open up the conversation and learn from you guys as well. If you have other things in this, I could talk about this for hours. There's so much, but I wanted to keep the video short, concise for you. But I hope that this was helpful. If you know someone that is in their open enrollment, has questions about this, share this with them. Share it on your Facebook, whatever it may be. I really hope that this helps and is really just a great way to grow your income, to build wealth, to reach financial independence. I love it. So up next, I'm going to talk about my retirement plan, what Jamie and I are doing for retirement. I'm going to break it down all for you guys up next in the video. I'll see you over there.